Evening. Oh, we just started the third stage. I didn't realize that the setup I had here was that good. We upgraded the engine, so we got a full 100% engine, which I'm sure is a big part of that here. But we don't have the suspension or the aero upgrade, so we have been fighting loose, where we were actually probably tick tight on the 100% car, so we are doing well, but we got the longest run ahead of us, 118 laps or something, 130 laps. So, what do we got? 108. It's gone pretty quickly. We had 2 cautions, 1 in each stage. I took tires in the first stage, but I didn't in the second stage with 14 laps to go, and I lost the stage to I finished second. And it was restart. A lot of the lap down guys had taken tires, so I should have taken tires there, but I didn't want to see. He passed me on the last lap, so it's not like it wasn't close, but yeah, I was holding them off, and they, well, you see it in the replay. So, yeah, screwed up on the other 2 videos, no audio. There should be audio in this one. You would know if I said that or not, but I did everything I was supposed to do this time, made sure of it. I do try to make sure that why I screwed up the other night, because I was in a lot of pain. And, pain is distracting. And the ultimate, goal for me is not making the videos or talking or advancing, winning the race. It's literally the workout I get from it. It's zero contact pretty much, and it's kind of like helps keep me better. Yeah, I can overdo it, and I try not to, but it's better to be, moving than not moving. About the only thing for me, that would be more intensive driving-wise would if I had a, full sim rig, that moved and stuff, like the team simulators. I don't know, it seems like the whole world has been using now for the past few years. So I take what I can get. Like I said, I got force feedback, I got heavy pedals. My brake pedal in particular is a lot heavier than it should be. Which is why, as I mentioned in earlier videos, I don't like Formula 1 because it's like driving a fucking bus. A bus needs about 90 PS. 90 PSI pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And that's why if you notice bus drivers, they sit way up, and when they hit the brake, they're using their body weight, to almost stand on it. And that's not something I really want to do. I mean, it might be a good workout, but it would be an uneven one, my left foot. Now, these short tracks alone are, going to tax my left foot more than my right foot, because the accelerator pedal is, fairly typical. It's a little heavier than some, but it's really light compared to the brake pedal. So, short tracks, left foot work. As you can see, I'm 5% loose. It's not really acting loose, especially this early, but it's going to, and it's going to start sliding more, so I got to plan my moves more, and you'll see me get a little bit sloppy. I don't want to be, but the setup is not for you know, maybe like a 4-star car, it's for a 5-star car. So as the suspension goes away, it's going to make my job a little bit harder. But as you can see, I have the fastest car on the track. Lap most of the field. If I can lap John Hunter and we don't have any cautions, boom. Our goal is only 15 if you look at the top right. I'm running in the first position. And there's third place. The pace just goes really fast. Fight me a little bit. I have a car under me. Now, one thing about Bristol, which I'm waiting to tell you guys, I made a top to bottom boost, so kind of my fault. But you might notice that late in the run, when you have older tires, you might have a little difficulty getting off turn 4. There's a couple reasons for that. Kind of build tight in a certain spot on the track, even though you might be loose, and off of the turns is one of them. But one of the things that's hard to spot, but off turn 2, the arc of the turn is a little bit wider, just a little bit, and that's enough to not really be a problem. I don't know if you saw the tire, see the tire wear where I'm running in? The one on the right side. Yeah. Now, if you follow that around, you notice as we're coming down here onto the straightaway, about here, it takes a little bit sharper turn right there where I hit the wall, and that's where you tend to rub the wall. So, as much as you want to, you know, go full out on the gas in turns 4, coming to the line, you know, especially if you're racing somebody, you got to be aware of that. If you hit the wall, you know, you're probably going to bounce off it, and you're going to knock into the guy you're racing, and it's going to be a caution. That's one of the reasons why you get a lot of late race cautions here. So if you listen to me, but if you listen to my throttle, if you notice, I'm not full on the gas in turn 4. I get up there and make sure I don't miss hitting the wall. Whereas here, if I didn't have somebody in front of me going slow, I would have stayed in the gas and rode it out. Right about there. Whoa! Wow! Yeah, see, that's not just loose, that's messed up. Now I'm gonna be loose, so I gotta manage this a little bit better. I tighten it up again, but as you can see, my right rear is 2-something, 215, and the right front is 175. It shouldn't be 175. It should be like 200 by now. That was 190 before the last adjustment, so it just didn't like it, and or the track got loose. So now this is going to be my challenge. 78 laps to go. If we don't have a caution. If we have a caution, I might just relent and up the wedge. But, you know, it's a very tight track, and I've tightened it up in different ways already, and it has, you know, it's hurt me. That's why I'm sliding up so much in the turns. I would really need to create a whole specific setup for this career car. But we're going to be upgrading it soon, and it's not going to make that, you know, not that important. So I'm just dealing with it. Well, okay, so we get a caution here. So we have 76 laps to go. And we get Cole Custer back on the lead lap pit. But I think it's smarter to pit here. Yeah, I've been doing all sorts of stuff, and it's the last one didn't take. So we'll just do that. Probably do another one, but we'll just leave that alone. See what it does. One of the things when you don't have the full suspension is that it doesn't react normal. Yeah, I know I complain about that sometimes in other aspects of E4 and 5, but in career mode, when you don't have a fully upgraded suspension, yeah, you get some weird stuff going on. It's still loose. Yeah, I could have put it up one more click. I didn't want to risk taking too much speed out of it. See, they're kind of like wobbling around. And that's not a full suspension upgrade. It's not slow. But on older tires, it is a little bit like an unguided missile or a boat that you just gotta kind of point and hope for the best. I don't like that. Well, but we'll get there. We'll get through this race. If we can win it, that'd be huge. We definitely need the money for the upgrade. Upgrades, you know. I think we have 1.8 million. Last video. So if we win this, and then we have a cup race, and I think and a truck race. Truck race I know is at Texas, and that hopefully I can manage to win that. So that could be as much as another 200 grand there. We got a cup race coming up, I believe next, and I don't know what track it is, but we should be able to do well in that. 150 to 200 grand, maybe more, and that might get us over the threshold to either get another car, which will let us add some more mechanics, which we need, or upgrade the chassis and aero both to 95. Ooh. I don't know if you could tell when I'm hitting the gas, but I'm not hitting the gas full all the time. I hate that. It just hit them the wrong way, like in the corner, and then you get a yellow bumper. And that yellow bumper, no matter how slight the contact, it does affect you. Even at Bristol. In a very annoying way at all the tracks. So. Thank God, it is Bristol, so it's not as much, but it'll mess you up if you're trying to go for an overall speed run. That'll take a half a second off, so that was me. Look at that, 225 or 200. But unless we have another caution, so we'll have to end with running on gas. Another thing you might be asking about is, why do I run the gear so high? Well, it's a short track, You want as much pull-off turns, from the middle off, as you can get on a short track. And people who build setups also, would know that, well, that can also burn your right rear more, which I'm sure is a contributing factor right now to my right rear closed. But it also gives me a car that, you know, we're hitting, we get it right, clear track at 137. Entering the turn at 137. That's fast. And I don't get on brakes all the time. I mean, when I'm in traffic, I do. But I just tap them right here. Go high. You know, you cut the momentum, so you bring the nose around. Put it pointed in the right direction. It wants to slide a little bit because the suspension, you know, is not right. But, you know, I could drive it, right? Drive it. When they have the whole bottom open and they don't go bottom, that is just annoying. So, you know, if it's human, different. People tend to run the top. But when it's AI, they run like the old way. Or, I don't know, it's changed again, so we're kind of back to, you know, the bottom being the fastest. But, well, actually, we don't know because of the tire thing that happened last time. So, yeah, 100 different things. But for the second place. For the most part, you know, you run them and you stay in a lane. But these guys, they don't stay in lanes. They're moving all over the place. And the worst thing is, they'll be on the bottom. They'll go to enter the bottom, and then they'll just change their mind and go middle. And when they go middle, you know, because if you're right behind them, you tend to be crossing the middle. If you enter higher to go low, or if you're entering low to go high, or, you know, or even to stay down. If you're crossing the middle, and they're there, and they just are just there, where they shouldn't be, you know, or wouldn't be, like in real life, you wouldn't drive like that. NASCAR parking. You're in here, and this is the line, right? Keep the left side tires and the black stuff. He just popped up, but he might have done that because I'm the leader, and that's fine, because I was below him, or behind him, and, you know, on the, taking the traditional line. Here. Now, let's go run up here. Right, yeah, see, he just stayed up. Now he drifted all the way up, so took my line over. Little things. Not a big deal, but just the whole field lap down. Now, if we don't pit, we can only have one guy on the lead lap, but it is the guy that beat us. So, well, if there's a caution, I'm going to have to pit. Probably let those guys back in the lead lap. I should also be faster than all of them. Set up this guy. That's set up. Not bad, but 187 and 210. It's not 187 and 230. 4%. Now, if you're 4% loose, you could take half a PSI per 1%, per 2%. So I got 4% loose, and I want to make it tighter. So if I put a pound in the right front, that should do it. But I already did that, and it didn't really help it. So I added wedge. The wedge helped it, but it didn't fix it. So I could probably put more wedge in if I had to. And I made a track bar adjustment, lower the right rear track bar. From the little practice I had, only practice 10 laps. Because, I know the setup. And I'm just like, I want to see what I'm going to deal with. If there's something I could deal with for 130 laps. We got caution, so it's really most is going to be 70 laps. I think the longest run I had was 40 laps. So I'm going to make an adjustment. Get fresh tires. So not that big of a deal in this mid-stage of this team. Because we're getting there. We will be 100% before the end of the season. Probably before the start of the playoffs. We're very close to it. Yeah, see, that's not just the loose. That's the way I was driving the car there. Probably my front end. So I drive a certain way, and if I miss it, the car gets a little bit away from me. I just feel pretty wide. Sorry, Christopher. Oh. Good turn. It's not normal. Slow down a lot. We want to guarantee a win if there's another caution, especially. You got to, run Nemechek down, but I'm not going to. Setup is actually weird. A long run. Too weird. I don't want to lose it. I'm being patient through here. I'm not going wild like I did earlier. You make it hard. You see how I was maintaining speed through here. On the gas, so I was on the straightaway. These are not qualifying runs. You're racing. Your goal is to stay on the track, try to keep your nose clean. It's Bristol, so it's harder. But try to keep your nose clean as possible. Just the little yellow bumper is, not great, but it's acceptable. And just, log the laps, get the fastest car, and make it to the end. Get the points, get the money. That's what your goal is. So, setting your fastest lap time or whatever should not be a priority, especially in traffic like this. If we were handling perfect, yeah. Perfect world. We're fast, but we got some issues. We're dealing with them. Whoa, touch. At this point of the game, it's really in your hands. So you can keep yourself in this great position to win, and yeah, that's good. Or screw up. That. I closed up the tire stagger. It's a short run, so it shouldn't really matter. I pitted. I don't think anybody else pitted. What we're going to do is make it to the end. That. See, we're pulling away nicely, easily. Race. I have free track, a clear track in front of me, so let's see if we can do what we can do here. I run 15.6 before in the league race, as you can see. might be able to see that with this new setup. This is part of the new setups that I've been working on, but it's not the same as the bigger oval setups. So we're fast. I started out, basically 16s, 15.99s, and so we picked up 2/10 adjusting. That's a successful, career deal. We're slipping, but we're sliding. Don't have the maneuverability, but it's almost over. So keep it out of the fence. Trying to get out of the gas. Yeah. I don't know, for me, I get to a point where I just feel, what it's going to do. And I can either hit it or not hit it. And I hit the brake in traffic as much as I hit the gas. Like here, I'll hit the brake, tap it, stay where I want to behind them before I, move out. Maybe hit the brake there. Should hit a little harder. Touch them, but Bristol is like that. If you really get deep into accidents and stuff in real life, which applies on the racetrack too, difference in speed. I am way faster than most of these cars, and the closing distance adds, the increased possibility of wrecks on both parts. Even though it's a computer, there's a proximity, and I enter the proximity way faster. The computer has less time to react. That's all programmed. Not that the computer couldn't react faster, it's just not programmed to react faster because it's not expecting the difference in speed. And from my perspective, you can see, look, standing still in the middle of the turn. So you gotta be aware of that. Well, move down, I hope. Custom. When you get loose too, you can discuss this in the bigger ovals. So you could slide up also. The tires wear some. Yep. That was me getting over rotating, touching the guy under me, and then it having not enough grip, even though I turned it to keep off the wall. So there's I say stuff like this to my buddies, and like, well, you need to loosen it up. It depends on how you loosen it up. See, if you just take wedge out of it, you just made a qualifying setup out of it. You might be faster for a few laps, but it's not going to serve you well down to the end of the run. Look at that. So you got to loosen it up in a way that you can maintain the speed and grip that you need to make the car handle. And that's really hard to do. See, because now I'm so loose that I'm getting in the turns and I'm just sliding. So again, it's a different type of driving. Last lap. And we made it. Oh, that was awesome. So, I mean, we dominated, but we didn't get the second stage, but that was our decision. Now, let's see how the replay goes here. I got the pole, surprisingly. I put a really good lap now. Good setup, so that helps. So you can see it was a little loose. We had an early caution. I pitted, so we started like 30th, and I come up through the field. It's also a good way early in the race to see, you know, how good your car is in traffic. Because I had an unknown, with it not being a 100% car, you know, you need to do stuff like that. And it's a long race, and I knew it was fast, so I knew I'd figure out one way or the other how to get back up front. Even if it took me all race to do it, cut the closing speed. It's like I got an 8-cylinder and they got 6 cylinders, but none of these guys pitted, so I knew that would make it easier in getting back up to the front. And I think it took about 30 laps to go from like 30th back to the lead. I'm waiting to see what happens here. That was the contact? Why'd they even bother saying anything? Still loose. He's still figuring out, you know, 'cause it's only 36 laps in. Still figuring out how hard I can push it, where I can push it, where I can't push it. Yes, we got this first. We're still loose, so we're tightening it up. Didn't touch the wedge yet. I'm basically adding right front tire pressure, lowering the right side tire pressure to close the stagger, but it's wearing more because of the, you know, without the suspension upgrade. So it's getting, if you're a little loose, it's getting a lot loose, you know, kind of thing. But, you know, getting it to where I could drive it is the key, and I could do that, yeah. Yeah, he beat me. And there we go. Show me making the pass. There's that caution. We got like 70-something laps to go. I took tires, they did not take tires, so. And we were loose. Okay, saw that. What was that last caution? And that was it. great day. We got 87 grand. We got 200, because look at that merchandise. We got a lot of fans. The truck and the Xfinity, you know, the payouts aren't great, but where you could sell as much merchandise as you make in the race, it helps. And it's sponsored too. And we're still in the lead. Not a great lead, but we got a decent lead. And with this new team, that's a little bit of a minor miracle. 15.8 flat, not bad. For a crappy car. Well, let's see. Laps that I end up leading. 270 of 300. That's awesome. Crappy car. So Bristol's not going to be a problem the rest of the year in Xfinity. So when we go back to Bristol, we should win it. That's not arrogance. That's just, I mean, come on. I'd put everybody a lap down. I probably, if we didn't have one of the cautions, I probably would have put them 2 laps down, which is good. It's a little too sloppy with that non-upgrade. Let's see what we got here.
Keep up the good work. You've really been turning a lot of heads here lately.
Okay, Chase. Stop blocking me all the time. Yeah, so where's the cup race? Also Bristol. Okay. That's going to be a tougher race. Cup is always a little tougher. It's got you can't be that much faster than the guys. So we're over 2 million. So if we can do real well in the cup race, we need 2.25. So that's another 225,000. So yeah, right there. But we also have a truck race before we come back to Xfinity to add more money to the pot there. So cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, ask me questions, anything, and we'll see you next time.